Previously on the show that has been so aptly and poignantly titled, New Crits on the Block.
It's hard to imagine such a place exists within the sewers of Havenport. Although I guess what you see couldn't really be described as a sewer. Moss-covered stone walkways lead into a large, rectangular, dimly lit room. That circular walkway seems to have a glowing red series of runes painted in what appears to be blood, and 8 hooded figures stand evenly spaced around it in awkward silence. The elven leader looks at the runes concerningly and then looks back up at Leanna Haverset when suddenly begins levitating into the air above the altar. So that's where you all went. And welcome back to Havenport, everybody. We know what day it is.
We do.
Monday.
We definitely
Monday
do.
to
It's
what?
Monday.
Quick, what day is it?
September 25th.
Oh, very good, Jake. For somebody so sleepy, you sure did wake up and answer that one quickly.
I said Monday. That's still right.
Because you said the date earlier, Ben.
I
listened.
And I had to look it up to find out that it was National Roadkill Day.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Eat roadkill? Like everyone should go outside and find some roadkill and
Where
eat
did
it?
the
Or,
eat part come from?
Okay, so first
He
of all,
didn't say that.
That's just Jake.
What,
This is Jake's
what
thing.
else do you do with roadkill?
so Jake, I didn't say
Leave it alone.
What
So
else do you do?
Jake, I didn't say that. So just to clarify, when I say National Roadkill Day, the first thing your brain goes to is that people are going to eat it. Because you're 100% right. That is the purpose of National Roadkill Day.
Bitches!
Oh.
Wait, it's Eat National Roadkill Day?
Yeah,
It
what
is.
else? Why else are you
Ew.
celebrating roadkill?
But
You're like,
why?
yeah, let's go fucking dead animals on the side of the road. Woo woo.
So what
No,
they're
you go
saying,
eat those bitches.
so what they're saying is that if you hit an animal, like you hit it, you should
Yeah.
go grab it, pick it up, take it home, chop it up, and eat it.
Oh
'Cause
no,
it's fine.
Fluffy.
Wait, so
No.
are they encouraging you to hit animals, or they're just saying if it's to happen on this day, this
It
specific
doesn't
day?
really specify.
I feel like they're encouraging you to just go fucking mow over a bunch
Yeah.
of pets.
And what's funny is when you read the thing, it says like, and the animal that's hit the most is squirrels. I'm like, I'm not gonna go pick up 50 fucking squirrels and individually take them apart and eat just the little.
Wait, why are you hitting 50?
You're hitting 50 squirrels?
I was like,
No,
wow.
because they're saying the point is if you want to get a meal, you're gonna need to eat like 50 of them. They're not very
Well,
big.
just do like what the cowboys do. You know what I mean? Like put a skewer through it and just spit roast it
Yeah, make a
over a
little
big open
roasted
fire. And they can
Do
just
they-
eat it
kebab.
right off the
a
skewer.
squirrel
Do
kebab.
they defer them before that, or they just do it right?
No, it just burns it
Defer
off. That's
them.
fine.
The fur
You mean
burns right off.
skin them.
Yeah, I was like that. That's part of the flavor. It's like a
Well,
peach.
Yeah, they're gonna
burned
have a
hair.
really
It's delicious.
Yeah, they're gonna have like a really nutty flavor to them, you know, because that's just saying.
The skin is really nutritious, so you want to keep that on. It's crispy.
Yeah, that's where all the nutrients are.
It
Yeah,
gets
just wanna-
crispy.
Just want to right.
I
into
just
the
want to say I
microphone,
was right, and screw you guys for judging me.
We didn't judge you though.
I kind of judged you.
I
You were
did
just
a
still
little-
right.
I
Literally
judged a
everyone
little
judged
bit.
me. It's
I didn't.
okay.
Also,
So
gross.
yeah,
What a gross
apparently
holiday.
yeah, I know exactly. No, thank you. You know what? The idea is they're like, oh, for people who are starving. I'm like, nobody's starving in America.
Well,
that
that's
you
not
need to eat
true.
roadkill.
Yeah,
That
there's
you need to
definitely
eat straight
clear.
freaking roadkill.
I think we don't need to encourage animal violence. I think
This
it's like the option.
Well, no, it is it's really a zero waste type of mentality. You know what I mean?
And that's
very
actually
neat.
what,
It's-
yeah,
No,
that's
you
what
gotta,
they're saying.
You got to burn emissions to go drive around to get these these animals
no,
killed.
it's saying you already hit it. You didn't do it on purpose. You already hit it. So like,
No, he said it didn't specify whether or not you're encouraged to go out.
I think it has to do with you accidentally hit an animal, and they're saying you should take it
You should
home,
eat
chop it up, turn it into meat, and feed it to people, because then that way we're not being wasteful. That actually
only
was
on
the
this day.
message.
but only on this one single day.
No,
Only
they're
on
saying you
this
should do it all the time. This is just like a
So-
day to like acknowledge
national
it.
awareness.
so my
yeah.
Honda Civic is
Yeah.
not a weapon to which I can hunt rabbits. That's what you're saying.
Well, you can. He's
I
not
mean-
saying no.
My alignment
If you-
so I have to
It's
keep
always
driving out
weapon
fields.
season.
If you lower it, right, if you get that aftermarket custom package and you really get it low to the ground and then you just drive it right through a field, you'd be surprised how many you can take out.
You get one of
just
those like bumpers
It's just a plow. They're just like,
Yeah, it's a cow. Yeah, like a cow plow. Yeah,
A cow catcher. Yeah.
Oh no.
It's also National Binge Day, where you're supposed to binge watch things. So for everyone
that's
listening
not
at
what
home,
I was thinking.
no, it's
They
about
need to
like,
be
it's about
more. They need to be more specific with these names.
Bender. They would say National Bender
binge
Day.
roadkill day. No, so go pick up the deer on the side of the road, take it home, chop it up, and sit down and watch your favorite show. Or even better yet, if you're listening to this, just keep listening to more episodes.
Yeah,
Just,
guys. Today's
see if
binge
the
all of our
parasites-
episodes.
Parasites
you
in the
listen
deer
to
kill
'em-
you, or just that you eat yourself sick.
If you've already listened to all the episodes, here's what you do. You go and buy a new phone. You re-download all the episodes on that phone.
So you
And
can binge it.
if you're a real super fan, you buy another phone. Now we're
Wow.
at 3 phones. You download them again. You don't have to listen to them. I don't care. Just download them.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean, I'd
buying,
like you to listen to them.
You're
While
buying
you're driving
burner
around
phones
trying
just,
to hit squirrels, just put on
Yeah.
our podcast.
Yeah, while you're trying to,
While
you
you're trying
could
to get
you could
dinner.
do 2 holidays and promote our podcast all in one go.
You don't even have to buy a phone. Just go and pretend you're going to buy a phone and go to all of the podcast apps and just download our podcast on every single
store?
phone.
Oh, yeah, in the
That's
store.
genius.
Oh, I
Just
get
like
an
a-
idea.
I
Pop that
definitely
up.
haven't gone to all of the iPads at the hospital that we give to patients so that they can bomb around on the internet while they're getting their treatments and just downloaded all of our podcasts on those.
Yes. Great idea.
Do it.
I'm
I
deeply
kind
concerned
of-
if they find out I'm doing this.
I'm actually more concerned if your patients listen to it. They might have more problems.
there was one kid who was listening. And
up?
so, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
hopefully he's still listening. Here's a great one. It's also national, and I can't believe it's called this, Math Storytelling Day, which is basically what this is.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh, I guess
Do you-
it is.
Do you tell the
it is
story
math
of-
storytelling.
or do you tell the story of math?
I have
It's
no idea.
true.
I just saw that it was called Math Storytelling Day, and I was like, you mean TTRPGs?
You guys
Like-
tricked me. Is this the whole reason we're doing this?
No.
You guys are just trying to teach me math? with the-
Giant
with the
cover
story?
2
Teach you
years in the
math,
making.
finally.
Yeah.
Is this?
You've been
That's
running
all
away
this
for
It's
too
was?
more
long.
than that. We're almost at 4 years. We're actually past 4 years.
We are.
We are, yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
December 1st was our 4-year mark.
Yeah, wow.
Oh my
And
God.
we still haven't finished our story.
And Christy still doesn't know how to do math. So
Sorry, we gotta
Yeah.
keep going, guys.
12
Going
years
on.
of school and 4 years of a podcast. We can't teach old dog new tricks.
That's right.
And last but not least, it's Yom Kippur.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Shit.
Yeah.
Happy Yom
So-
Kippur to everybody. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot that was coming up.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Well, I don't know. Do you say it's, I guess it's happy. It's a revered holiday, but it's like a day of like atonement. I don't know if you call it
Shouldn't
happy.
you?
I guess.
Shouldn't you
I-
know that,
I don't-
Jake?
I don't know. I'm not Jewish, so
Yeah, Jake shouldn't.
I know
Maybe-
today is like the Jewish like New Year for like their calendar or something. Zoe kept
Well,
repeating that to me.
So a quick little Google search here. Traditionally ask for forgiveness for our wrongdoings from God and from our
Yeah,
fellow
Rosh
human beings.
Hashanah is this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday.
And that's not Saturday from the 25th. That is Saturday from
This
today
time.
that we of
So-
the date of recording.
Yom Kippur is like Thanksgiving.
no.
No, I think it's like the New Year. If for the
No.
like for like the
It's the thing that
Hebrew
Brian
calendar.
and I just said.
Oh,
oh no the
well, it's like ask for forgiveness.
New Year. Jewish
Is that
New Year.
Thanksgiving to you?
Well,
No,
it's
Rosh,
like
no,
It
Rosh,
probably should be in hindsight.
What? Oh,
probably
well,
should
for
be,
all of
yes.
America, yeah.
Yeah, I think all of
I'm-
America really should be
that's
like,
what I think of it.
sorry.
Thanksgiving now is just being like, sorry.
Matt, it sounded like you said
that.
Matt, it sounded like you said at the Mall of America. Like it's a holiday only at the Mall of America.
Only the Mall of America, everybody should be real sorry for being there on
So wait,
Thanksgiving.
ride a roller coaster at Mall of America and also
You should-
celebrate this holiday.
And the
Did
whole
you say,
time,
Ben?
sorry.
Yom-
As you're going around.
Is it Yom Teruah? Is that what you just said? Or is it
Yom
different?
Kippur?
Okay,
Yom
yeah.
Kippur.
So this is Yom Teruah. That's the
Why are
holiday
we
I'm talking
teaching you about this?
Oh, okay.
Today,
Because Zoe doesn't teach me shit. No. It's
Rosh Hashanah's
20
tomorrow.
You know, Jake, you could take the initiative to learn a little bit about her.
She
belief
She
system
doesn't
and
learn
culture
anything
without
about
having
my
to-
holidays.
You don't have
Oh,
any
yeah?
holidays. You're white.
What holidays you got? Vape and non-vape?
She National Roadkill Day. I observe that every year.
That does sound like a white person holiday.
Natural
100%.
cheeseburger day and roadkill day.
Yeah.
My ancestors from Texas.
I will say, Ben separated that by a week. I observe those on the same day.
By putting the
Yeah.
roadkill in your cheeseburger?
Yeah.
The roadkill is my cheeseburger.
You go hit a cow.
Of course.
That is a Jimmy Buffett song for sure. R.I.P. by the
Oh,
way.
100%.
R.I.P.
Aw, Jimmy
Roadkill is my cheeseburger.
So,
Yeah.
so my
And
brother,
then
so my
song.
brother's a mechanic, and he used to live out in Pennsylvania. And one time, somebody pulled a car into the shop and was like, and he worked for Mercedes, so these are people with money and stuff. And they pulled the car into the shop, and they're like, "Hit a deer, take care of it." And they like threw the keys at him and left. And he was like, "All right." So he goes and he looks, and the windshield is completely smashed in. This guy was driving, hit a deer on the passenger side. The deer rolled up the hood of the car, hit the divider between the windshield and the passenger side mirror that rolls down, the angle, split the goddamn thing in half, and its hind legs went through the front of the car, hit the seat, broke the seat, went into the back seat, and then proceeded to spill its intestines all over the back of the car.
I mean,
Ew.
that's
My
not
brother-
like take
Why are
care of
you
it. That's give me a
sharing
new
this?
car.
Yeah, right.
Take care of this.
So my
Excuse
brother
me,
goes and he
excuse me,
opens
could
the
you-
car door and
What are
he
you, a fucking
sees
chop shop?
he opens the car door and all these fucking intestines come pouring out of it. And he's just
God.
like, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? I still
It's like,
remember
I'll
that
change your
story.
air filter, but that's about it.
Yeah.
There's intestines in that too somehow. No, he was telling me, he was like, thank God nobody was in that passenger seat because that would have killed him. You know what I mean? It broke the seat right in half, like, because the guy must have been going,
Yeah, hitting a deer is not a good thing.
not a big one. If you're going
I
80
mean,
miles an
it's-
hour, you
Unless,
Unless-
okay.
Unless it's what day of the year?
I already hit
Jake,
my deer
your
quota.
holiday?
Yeah. I already got my roadkill. It's already inside the house, ready
Hey,
to go.
venison.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the guards who were standing watch understandably stopped looking towards your direction and looked more towards the floating goblin girl with the holographic purple eyes speaking in Eldritch Horrors from Beyond the Stars voices. So they're no longer looking towards your direction. And I would say all the cultists probably did the same thing too. The cult leader has likely backed up a few steps, understandably, being rather shocked by what is happening and is likely looking out at everything going on.
Snow would kind of look down to the rest of the party or up. So we found the missing guards. We found Miss Havasset. Who's to say that that isn't enough? Maybe we just
What do you
leave?
mean?
I say we turn around and act like we aren't here or heard any of what just happened, and maybe just go back home.
You don't want to help this little sad girl over there?
I don't think she's a little sad girl anymore. I'm going to go ahead and say she's an otherworldly being that will most likely murder all these people in the room and then us, or
Shouldn't-
maybe all of us at the same time.
Shouldn't we try to be on her side then, if that is the case?
I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure they were just trying to get home, and doing so became some sort of ritualistic cult and was kidnapping people and maybe in cahoots with David's brother and using him to steal people down here and give them bodies, and maybe they needed a specific body, and that happened to be Miss Havasset, and now she's here, and I mean, you just heard the recap. I don't have to say it all over again.
There you go. I'm surprised you got that far. I would have been like, nah, you heard it. I'm not fucking repeating all this shit.
You got it.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I like breathing.
I like breathing too.
Yeah, and I don't know if we're going to continue doing that if we intervene in this giant cult circle.
What if we just go up there and say, we heard everything and we are here to help? Maybe they'll just kind of put us in part of the circle. We all hold hand and help them.
That is
Do you think-
idea.
Ben's laughing.
I think that could be an option.
The
that maybe
ominous
the DM
laughing
didn't
from
think
the
about.
walls.
The DM didn't think about that if we just help with the ceremony.
No. What I think Brian's laughing about is when Jake said, "Let's go stand in the circle." Oh, sorry, Christy. Who said that? Chris said
Me,
let's stand-
I said it.
Yeah, Soot said she's going to stand in the circle. I made really wide eyes and bit my lip because the following thing happens during this conversation. The cult member furthest to the south and on the end of the rune circle opposite to Mrs. Haverset begins to walk towards her and through the runic circle as he calls out to the cult leader, "Rithok, it's beautiful, but what is it? You said we were making a portal." Oh! And as he steps through the middle of the circle, the remaining blood runes begin to blur, vibrate, and move, and then suddenly the whole circle, almost like a series of gears turning, forms a whole new pattern. It flashes multiple hues of vibrant, vivid purple, and suddenly the ground in the middle of the circle gives way as the cultist sinks halfway through the floor. Panicked, the elven cultist looks around, grasping at the ground, trying to push himself out as his hands sink through the floor like a fluid, but not, almost like a liquid stone, a syrup almost. His movements in the seemingly liquid stone distort its appearance as it begins swirling into a mass as a whirlpool forms at his center. And as he slowly sinks, smooth, curved, brownish rocks rise out of the pit, slowly growing up and longer and all coming to a point in the middle of the pit as he sinks down into it. With then suddenly 6 tendrils come shooting out of the floor and grasping onto various stone pillars, bridges, and various other structural points. With one strong yank, all the tendrils tighten as the cultist looks to his leader and says, "Is this supposed to be happening?" As a huge motherfucking beak comes shooting out of the middle of the pool, opening its maw and biting the cultist clear in half, pulling the lower half into the portal as his upper half slumps over and one of the tendrils wraps around, grabs the rest of the body, and shoves it into the portal. As throughout the room you hear the sound of sickening, snapping, clacking, and crunching noises echoing throughout the room.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say this is above our pay grade. I don't think the mouse assistant mayor was anticipating a beaked portal mob coming out of the ground and eating people.
It's going to go ahead and get rid of Cultist 8 here.
Oh no, cultist 8.
Well, I will say
my favorite cultist.
we could push all the cultists into it, and that'll solve our cultist problem. If that is a... Hey, Gush, quick question. You're an half elf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bud, do you know any ancestral beak maw monsters by any chance?
Yeah,
explain-
Sarlacc.
That's what I was gonna say. It looks absolutely is a Sarlacc.
Sarlacc, explain yourself, elf
So,
man.
First of all, yeah, it's a Sarlacc. It's a Sarlacc pit. It's a Sarlacc pit, everybody. That's what it is. So
I'm
Is that
offended
from
by
Star
this
Wars?
beak.
Yes, it is
My
from Star Wars.
God,
Man who just went to Star
Jacob.
Wars World. Who I
They
think you were in Tatooine.
Yes, it is, Jake. Go back to sleep, buddy.
I'm pretty sure they don't have that at Star Wars Land. So
They do. It's in one of the shops. You can buy a little toy for it.
okay, yeah, but it's not
100%
like
they have a diorama.
Hey,
They
speaking
do
of
have a
Star Wars,
diorama.
do you
They
know
do have
do you know
diorama.
what the temperature inside a tauntaun is?
warm enough.
It's lukewarm.
Very good.
Uh,
I heard that one while I was there. I was like, that's pretty good.
I didn't hear any jokes. I just got told off by the stormtroopers.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
They know better than to mess with me.
I am offended by this beak usage. Could you please?
Don't
Yeah.
worry, other things will happen. So
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I have now changed the map where the glowing runic circle was. You can still kind of see that this portal that's opened up, a large sarlacc-like beaked monster has come out of it, and it is using its tendrils to pull itself out and pull people in.
Oh,
It managed to absolutely murder one of those cultists in a single bite. So what I did was I rolled dexterity saving throws for all of them, and they all passed
no way.
except one guy. So that's why that happened. And it was really good for storytelling. So I was like, hey, you're my sacrifice. So poof, he's gone. Now we're down to 7 cultists and their leader. And as you see this, all of the various other cultists, as this ground starts getting all fucked up and weird, bail off the side of it as this thing starts rising through the floor and starts eating people. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, fuck.
Oh boy.
What if we don't want to?
What if I don't want to join fight?
That's why I spent the previous episode reading you a 7-minute monologue to make you feel bad for Mrs. Haverset.
I don't feel
Yeah,
Well,
bad.
then I didn't do a very good job.
Human
cared.
problem.
I like my care level is like, I like a solid 50%, and then my self-preservation way up here at 200%. So my cares I can't have anymore. I'm
Well,
maxed.
how about we do this? Everyone make an insight check.
Oh, an insight
Wait,
check.
but
Okay.
I already rolled my initiative.
That's fine. I'll take your initiative.
Okay, I'm gonna roll
Ooh.
insight first.
Sure. So, Christy, you remember your initiative roll, but everyone give me an insight check real quick.
Okay.
My-
Gosh, got a
13.
17.
Oh.
Sorry, man.
Snow got a 13 plus 2 for 15.
15, 17,
David rolled an 8 plus 3 for an 11.
11.
So it got natural 20, baby.
Nice.
Hey,
Okay.
butter dies, eh?
I'm
So-
very insightful from my high vantage
Yeah.
point.
So everyone who rolls over a 15, I guess not David, kind of sort of begins to realize that
He misses the poop.
when opening up a two-way portal between worlds, one of which everyone had to abandon due to some type of tragedy, and some otherworldly beast starts speaking out of it about finding them, it seems like maybe leaving this portal open might not be a good idea, even when it comes to the concept of self-preservation, because any second now, a bunch of stuff might come through there and murder everyone on the planet.
That sounds like the assistant mayor's problem.
It's going to be a you problem, no matter where you go if you don't deal with this, because this is bad.
I'm gonna, but I'm not gonna like it. Okay,
You don't have
Okay.
to like it.
I'm gonna
The
roll
bad-
initiative.
The bad hole needs to be closed.
And I'd like to mention that while this is happening, Leanna Haverset is still floating in the air with her projection going on of the universe as it's like swirling and moving. So there's like, it's oddly, I wish you could see what I see in my head of like a low angle camera shot of like soot or gush, like taking off. I mean like snow or gush, like mid stride moving towards this thing as this thing is in the distance with all its tendrils everywhere, like grabbing people, and they're like whipping them all over the place. And then Leanna Haverset's up in the sky with her eyes. And then there's the circling stars of galaxies and shit. When I imagined this, I was like, this is pretty fucking sick.
Well, good thing you described it to us because now I can see.
Yeah. And if you could see what I see, then you would be excited too. And if you
I'm
can't see what I
excited.
see, then I'm not a very good DM, and I didn't describe it very well.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I just am playing my character, and my character would say, "Fuck this shit." I'm out.
Well,
As would me personally, Jake. If I saw this, I don't care how much of a hero I would become if I stopped the horrible thing happening. I would turn around, whistle in a good old tune, and walk away, because that is...
well, if you want to run away, you can do it on your initiative. Everyone,
Nope.
give me your initiative rolls.
Snow rolled an 11 plus 3 for a total of 14. I'm not under 10 this time. Yay.
Gus rolled a 8 plus 2 for 10.
David rolled a 10 plus 2 for 12.
Soot got an amazing 11.
Wow.
Total?
Yes.
And what did you get, David? Matt?
I got a 12 total.
Okay, so
Not
14 rare snow, Soot 11, Gush 10, David 12. Well, you know what? You're all going at about the same time, which
could
could be good and could be bad. It kind of depends how things play out. I guess we'll find out. Let me click my sort button. Let me see if I have to move any numbers here. Wow, there is a lot of people on this initiative tracker.
Yep.
Please kill some of them so that I don't have to deal with them. Good God, 3 people have an initiative 14.
I have dexterity 17, which is plus 3, so that helps at all.
Yeah, no, you would go first.
Ooh, actually, I don't want to go first, though.
Well, not first. First out of those people.
No, I don't even want to do
Okay,
that.
very good. We are in round 1 of our initiative, and what happens first is Miss Havasit. It's her turn.
Good.
She floats around in the sky. This is more of a lair action than anything else. And as she's doing this, her eyes flicker, and it seems as though the galaxies that are in the room start zooming in on them and expanding, very like Minority Report, like moving the screen. She's basically like expanding in real time.
She's enhancing.
And she's enhancing. And she's going deeper and deeper and deeper into these galaxies, which are then revealing more galaxies inside of them, almost like she's zooming in on something. And that is the end of her turn, or whatever the fuck is controlling her. Next up, it is cultist number 4, who is
Go get him.
where?
Go
gotta
get him,
zoom in
cultist
here.
number 4.
Cultist number 4 is the one at the very northern end of the circular thing. He backs the fuck away because he's terrified.
Oh,
1, 2, 3. I'm going to go ahead and put him.
Now, does he get
one
Does
step?
the Sarlacc get attack of opportunity?
Yeah, I was gonna say 'cause
No.
it's- Damn it.
Yeah, but you'll find out what he does in a second. He just backs up and pulls out his scimitar, which he had underneath his cloak. It is now guard number 1's turn, who looks over at the cult leader and proceeds to say, what is the cult leader's name again? I don't remember.
I don't know either.
I should have put his name down, so I didn't
Dead.
have to look it up. Yeah.
What was like Corlock or something like that with a K?
Like, what about call to leader?
No, that's good. Hey everyone, it's your favorite player, Matt, and welcome to this week's Middle Break. Look, I am going to be absolutely honest with you because I feel like that's what you deserve, right? As our humble and our passionate and our esteemed listeners, I believe you deserve nothing but honesty. I was just in Disneyland for the last 4 days, and I just got back tonight, and I am now having to upload the episode before our upload day because now look, did I forget to upload it earlier? Yeah, maybe I did. Did I get caught up in other things like getting ready for work? That's not the point. That's not the point. What I'm saying is, let's get you through this middle break quickly because man, I'm tired and I want to go lay down in my sweet little bed that's so comfy and made. It's like it's made just for me out of the essence of a cloud and a waterfall put together and spun into a silky little web of relaxation for my own little body. the first thing you can do is subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you get our podcast from. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcatcher you're using to listen to us right now, go there, leave a 5-star review, and leave a nice little synopsis about why you like us so other people might think that they would like to listen too. You can also follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits and on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at New Crits on the Block. We post content to those sites all the time. Funny things that happen in past episodes, updates about our personal lives. The best way to help us there is to either tag people you think might like those posts or share those posts to your own sphere. Put them on your story, put them on your feed. Do whatever you need to do to help us get the word out because we're only growing through word of mouth right now. So that's what we need your help with the most. So those little things, I promise you, do go a long way. One of the ways we like to get back to our beautiful fam base is we have our own Discord for New Crits. Yes, it is Discord for all things New Crits, but not all things New Crits. Yes, you can go in there. You can talk about the show. There's channels for that. You can talk to the cast members. You can talk to other fans. But if you just want to go find a place and just chill and relax with like-minded people, we got places for that too. It is a safe, inclusive space for everyone. So if you haven't joined us already, well, what the heck are you waiting for? And I might be thinking, well, Matt, I know you want to go to bed and you had a fun time in Disneyland with your family. Well, I want to help you do all these things, but where do I get to all the places that you just mentioned? Well, from our link tree, of course, linktr.ee/New Crits on the Block. We'll get you to all the places that I just mentioned and some places that I didn't even have time to mention. linktr.ee/New Crits on the Block. It is your central hub for all things New Crits. All right, everyone, let's get you back into this week's episode. Now, that was a fake yawn, but I bet two things. One, I bet some of you thought it was real. And two, I bet some of you yawned too because it was so good. It was contagious, even though it was fake. And that, my dear friends, is called acting. Let's get you back into this week's episode. As you know, we come out with new episodes every single Monday. That ain't stopping anytime soon. So until then, be safe out there. We love y'all. Be excellent to each other. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
God damn it, where the hell did I put it? Well, anyway, he looks at the cult leader and says his name, who I can't remember right now. And I'm still looking for it. Vamping. Jesus Christ. Fine, whatever. I can't find it.
What's his name, Ben? On the spot, make up a name.
No, I already said it.
Kovash.
It was something Oak. Wait, I have a... Hey, you know what I can look at is his character sheet right in front of me.
Patrice?
His name is Rith Oak.
That was close.
There we go. So he looks over, guard number 1 looks over at Rith Oak and proceeds to just shout, "What the absolute fuck is that?" And proceeds to he loosens a crossbow bolt directly at it and rolls a 7. I don't care what he adds to that. That's a miss. It proceeds to ricochet off one of the spiny claw teeth that's coming out of the thing's maw, and he takes a few steps, what he believes is away from it. Moving on, it is its turn, which I have named the Unfathomable Horror, but then I wrote Nameless Horror here. Who the fuck knows what it is? Because nobody really knows what it is. Hey, everybody make your Arcana check to see if you can learn anything about this.
Arcana or Nature? Probably Arcana makes
this
sense.
is Arcana.
I got a +2 because I'm super smart. So
Me too.
I got a 11 +2 for 13. That's pretty smart. I should know otherworldly monsters.
15 plus 1 for 16 for David.
How does a 12 treat you?
I have
A little less than a 13.
I got a 14 plus 0 for 14.
Excellent. Hey, just so you know, none of you have Arcana. Had you not rolled a natural 20, I wouldn't have given you anything. Because guess what? None of you know anything about this thing. Because it came from who the fuck knows where. No one has ever seen it before. Let's find out what it does. So, Unfathomable Horror. For fun, if anyone can tell me what stat block I'm using as I begin to describe its stuff, feel free.
For fun, he says.
Unfathomable Horror has 6 tendrils. Each tendril is able to make a grapple attack, and and it can then reel all of the people it grabs in 25 feet. It has a reach of 50 feet, and then it can attack a bunch of people with its bite. So with that being said, it grabs...
I was going to say beholder, but that's not it.
Let's see how many of these cultists it's able to grab. Their AC is low, and it has a +7 to hit, so he needs to at least roll a 5.
It's a giant squid.
2 of them. So he manages to hit 2 of them and actually crit fails 1 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and say that one of those tendrils that was stuck on a pillar, it gets stuck. It can't get it off. But it proceeds to grab 2 of these guys and pulls them in directly next to its beak maw and then attempts to bite them. And its bite attack, I believe, is also a +7 if I remember. Yes, it is. And almost crits 1 of them. And it does... Normally, this thing would do 4d8 damage, but what I did was I made it have 2 attacks and gave it 2d8. Because I thought that would get this combat over sooner. 7, 8, 9, and 14. It straight up bites one of them in half. So goodbye, cultist number 2. Cultist number 2, which got pulled in, it proceeds to wrap its tendrils around it, pulls it in, and literally bites its fucking head off. It just bites it clear and off. And that guy is now very dead. It's holding a headless body that is somewhat twitching as blood is spraying everywhere. It is quite horrific. And it's crunching on its skull as it then proceeds to eat the rest of the body quickly and violently. Goodbye, cultist number 2. And then cultist number 6, it bites and literally leaves it 1 HP. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that guy got its hand out inside of its mouth to try to stop it from getting him last minute and didn't do a very good job and gets its arm bitten off, and he is bleeding out with his 1 HP left. And that is the end of the Nameless Horror's turn. Good luck.
Is it Snow's turn?
At this point, no, there's a bunch of stuff happening. Where was I? It is now guard number 2's turn. He is terrified and lets loose a crossbow bolt at Mrs. Havasset. And he rolls really good, but as he goes to hit it, she casts a shield, and that negates that. So no damage is done. And he looks over at Rith Oak and also screams, "This wasn't part of the deal! You said you'd get your people out of here! What the absolute hell is that?" As he's pointing at it. It's now cultist number 5 turn, who screams and panics and tries to run away. He's stuck in the water and he attempts to climb up and out. He doesn't make it very far. Cultist number and then guard number 3, who is up at the top. Nope, I'm sorry. Guard number 3 is down at the bottom. He begins backing away from it, terrified, and lets loose a crossbow bolt at it. That is also a miss with a 6 + 7, and it ricochets off one of those teeth again. They are not doing very good against the unfathomable Nameless Horror. And with that, it is now Rare Snow's turn. So you have all witnessed this thing already kill 2 people, seriously injure another one, and everyone has been totally useless against it. Snow, what do you do?
I feel like if I go for the big monster, it'd be like throwing pebbles at a bear. So I'm not sure if can I talk to them and they can respond, or is it just?
Oh yeah. Talking is a free action.
I just wanted to kind of confirm with my compatriots on who we think is the murder objective. Do you guys think I should go for the monster or for the people around it? I don't know who to kill.
It seems as though the monster might be using the guards as cannon fodder, so perhaps leaving them alive for an extra target that is not us.
Okay.
We have to close the portal.
Does my 26 stealth still apply?
Your stealth?
My stealth check I did earlier from last episode?
Yeah, I mean, let's see how close you can get before things start noticing you. Nobody really rolled a perception check on you. You just did so well. I hand waved it, but
And no one's really paying attention to him, I would assume.
yeah,
I
I'm
would
gonna say that right
Yeah.
now. You don't need it because nobody is paying attention to anything else other than the gigantic monster eating people in half.
I'm going to take cunning action so I can get a little further. Oh fuck, that's still out of my range.
Well, I think when now don't you have your feline agility? So don't you move like?
Yeah, I just wasn't trying to get in front of people. I was trying to stay behind, but I don't think that's gonna work. So that's 35 feet to there. I'm gonna come over this way. I guess right here. That should be close enough. So I'm gonna run over the wall, jump down, run to a pillar, get my crossbow ready, turn around, realize that I am way too far away still. And then I'm going to run to the other side of the room, kind of crossing one of the guards as I do, and kind of put my back to another pillar as I look at my crossbow, say, why did I get on this boat? And then I turn around and I let a crossbow loose. And since I have, oh no, he already took his turn, and I don't have any allies next to it, I'm assuming, so I don't get sneak attack.
Who are you hitting?
I am hitting the big,
Ugly beak monster thing?
yeah, the nameless horror.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. And that is a 7 + 5. That's a 12.
That doesn't do it.
Cool. So I'm going to repeat back at this point because I don't care if the guard sees me or not because we're all dead anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm going to repeat back. Can confirm it is like throwing a pebble at a bear. As I assume my arrow just disappears into its unfathomable.
Did you run like by guard number 3 as this was happening?
I ran diagonally behind him.
Yeah, so I think you spooked him while he was taking aim because his turn was right before this, and that's why he missed. And he's like, "Who the fuck are these guys?"
We're here to help you get rid of this monster because we knew what was happening, and we are here to stop it.
Okay. So I always get you guys confused. Snow, you got anything else you want to do with your turn?
I'm going to cry. Is that a free action?
It's a bonus action.
Yeah, you can do that if you want to. So Soot starts to cry.
I start
Snow.
to cry and just ask myself, why am I here? Why do I care? This is such a bad job.
Excellent. It is now cultist number 6's turn, the one who got their arm bit off. And with their 1 HP of life left, they attempt to swing out and cut the tentacle that is holding them in place. So a little thing here, it states each tendril can be attacked and only has a total of 10 HP. Let's see if they can cut it. No, they rolled a 6. It turns out only having 1 arm and bleeding to death is not, and while being grappled, is not an opportune fighting position. So they limply try to cut themselves free and are wildly unsuccessful. David, it's your turn.
David is going to move his full complement first here. Actually, I lied. David is going to cast Moonbeam
Yes.
first
show him
on
your butt.
this tentacle
Moon him.
monster.
Okay.
Moonbeam, a silvery beam of pale light shines down to 5-foot radius. This is a 120-foot range. 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Until the spell ends, dim light fills the cylinder when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time. On a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain, and it must make a Constitution saving throw. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save and half as much on a successful one.
So it has to pass a con
And
save.
It does, which I'm sure it has a high con, but I just want something with constant damage hitting it.
It rolls a
Except-
2, so it fails.
Oh wow. Okay.
Nice.
And I can use an action to move the sunbeam 60 feet in any direction.
Oh, sorry. You said moonbeam. Now you said sunbeam. So nothing happens.
Oh, whoops. No. Yeah, moonbeam.
All right. So,
okay, so 2d10?
Roll your damage.
Okay, 2d10. Coming right up. Oh, boom. Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Look
That's
at
a
that.
9 and a 10.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's
So
a lot of damage.
in the ceiling above this thing, almost another portal opens up, and a pale beam of moonlight comes shooting down at it. Turns out it can't really move because it's a gigantic thing sticking halfway out of two different worlds, kind of between a rock and a hard place, so to say. And you light it on fire, and it doesn't make any noise. And Jake is asleep.
No.
Oh, there he goes. I looked over, and Jake, you had your eyes closed and your mouth open.
Yeah.
And you deal a tremendous amount of damage to it, and it doesn't seem to react too much to that, but its tentacles do start waving around a lot. And anything else you do?
Yeah, I also use my new club to summon a dire rat.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't actually tell you whether or not it was an action or a bonus action. We'll just say it's a bonus action. We'll just say it's a bonus action. Okay,
You
very
didn't.
good. Where do you want to put it?
In his mouth.
What's my cast range with it?
Directly next to you.
Okay, well then that's where I put it.
Well, no, but I mean, like,
Well, then I put it 40 feet ahead.
On the left side
Yeah.
and the right side.
Throw
Well,
the
if-
club
what if I-
as you cast it.
What if I put it in its maw and be like, snack, or now are we good?
Yeah. Is this what you want?
Okay.
Maybe you just
here
wanted
some
is
roadkill.
A dire rat. Boop. There you go. There's a little dire rat friend. I have stats for him on my end, and I already have him built into my initiative tracker because I had a feeling you would do this. Go ahead and roll his initiative.
You didn't know what I would do, dude. Okay, is it just the stat block just off of like Google?
I have it here. Just give me a d20 roll, and I'll tell you what you get.
I can do that. There you go. Open roll for you. 16.
+3 for a total of 19.
Hey, okay.
But we already passed 19 in the initiative, so
Yeah, well, I think it goes to the end. I think
Yeah.
it just goes, right?
But I'll let you move him as an action on your turn, given that you rolled so well.
Okay. 40-foot speed.
That I didn't write down.
Wow.
Is that what a dire rat says?
Yeah, I just pulled it up here. It only has 5 hit points.
Oh, really? Hold on. What did I
That's
get?
insane.
All right, I gave this guy 25 HP. So
Okay.
I gave him a 13 AC, a 25 HP, and a high dex to help with his AC. So I think I gave him his own stats. But sure, we'll say he has 40 HP. He also has
All right,
pack
you let me know.
tactics. Do what you want to do with him.
Moving him the 40 feet right here to the end of the bridge.
Perfect.
And that's all I can really do. I think I've exhausted everything.
Yep. I said unless you want to move, but you're probably better off right there.
Yeah, I think I'm good back here.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with you on that one. Okay, very good. That is the end of David's turn. Soot, it's your turn.
Okay. This green vat that is up ahead, what is that?
Just fire. It's a torch. It doesn't have any particular mechanical value. I did not make this map. I stole it from someone. They were already there. It looks really cool, and so that's where it remains.
By the guard, that green circular thing?
It's just a torch. And it's a source of light. Doesn't have any mechanical value.
Are you sure?
It's fire, so if you want to try to do something with it, you're welcome to.
Okay. What is Mr. Wizard Man doing on the other side?
Looking terrified, and looking like it's not his turn yet, but probably is soon.
Okay. I am going to be flying around towards him.
Okay.
I think I can get to... I have 50 feet. I think I can get to about here. Right?
Yeah. I mean, if that's what clickety
Yeah.
clack. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, I'm heading to the other side. So that's
Great.
what I'm
So you kind of went up into, so just to paint the picture, Gush and David are still behind the partition by the statue at the front entrance. Snow has run forward and is standing behind a pillar, dangerously close to the unfathomable horror. And Soot has flown up and to the left. She's up in the air, kind of near where Snow is, also dangerously close to this thing.
I'm trying to stay out of the grasp of the tentacles, so I'm going to go the long way around.
Yeah, I'm going to let you know that what you see, the length of the tentacles on the picture there, is not their length.
Well,
It's 50 feet, right?
Well, then what is the length?
Did I say that?
Benjamin?
You said 50.
Then that's what it is.
No,
that's what it is.
No, it's 20.
No, it is 50. I don't know if I and that's not a made up thing. There is a monster that exists in the D&D world that does everything I'm saying.
But I can avoid the tentacles, obviously. Because of my cunning wing action.
You were 30 feet away from
cunning
it.
Cunning wing action.
Yeah, so we're going to see how cunning that wing action is. Anything else you want to do?
Definitely get away from it. Yes, that is all I am doing at this moment.
Very good.
You don't want to do a ranged attack or anything?
On what?
Maybe hit one of the tentacles that's close by.
I don't know. Anything?
Okay, I'll hit a tentacle.
Okay. The ones near me.
Where do you have one near you? Where are you?
There's just 6 of them, and they are just kind of all over the place. And you can just say that you aim at one.
Yeah, I'll hit one on this.
Yeah, I mean, there's one of them is holding cult number
Snow.
6. Don't forget.
Well, you can let that guy die.
I will hit the one that is holding cult number 6.
No.
Okay, sure.
Okay, here goes. Does a 20 hit?
A 20 hits.
Yes. Okay, perfect. And then my damage will be...
And I would say that you can sneak attack this thing if you wish to.
I will sneak attack this thing.
Just because even though the cultist is not your friend, he is fighting the thing. So there's kind of a 3-way standoff going on here.
Yes. So total damage 11.
You, with expert precision, while flying like the professional you somehow are, fire a crossbow bolt
Cunning
in
wing
midair
action. Yes.
and sever the tentacle, and the cultist falls into the portal.
Oops.
Oh.
And vanishes.
I have a bad habit of doing that. Oh boy.
Goodbye, cultist number 6.
Better in than out, I always say.
Hey, you know what? He wanted to go home.
Off he goes. Sayonara. That's my turn.
He goes down into.
Yeah, he just fell into the portal, and I don't know what happens to him after that. I don't have to think about it because he's on a whole nother world and probably being eaten alive by something. Okay, that's the end of Soot's turn. It is now the cult leader's turn. And the cult leader is not looking thrilled about the situation, and instinctively and understandably casts mage armor on himself as his action. So he uses a spell to cast mage armor, and I built him as I can never say this word, abjuration wizard. Mm-hmm. They kind of have a cool thing. Yeah, when they use, if you build a wizard that way, when they use those spells, they get like a bonus shield. So not only does he increase his armor class, which is pretty neat, he also gets like an extra shield worth of like temporary HP, which is also pretty cool because he doesn't want to die. And so he did that. And he proceeds to back away and goes over to Miss Leanna Haverset and pulls out a small knife out of his pocket and just says, I can fix this. It's just the concentration is wrong. I just need more. I just need more goblin blood, but not the gnome. I just keep it busy. We can go home. We can go home.
Oh, he didn't.
And that is the end of his turn.
Now it makes sense because gnomes summon otherworldly monsters.
Sure, we can say that's why I decided to do that, and not just because she was the only character that I thought anyone actually gave a shit about. It is now cultist number 3's turn. He rolls for madness. He rolls a 3. He is experiencing complete madness. Cultist number 3 in the water, backs up against the side of it, and hides like underneath in the water, like underneath the walkway here, in like the corner of this bathhouse, and proceeds to babble incoherently and scream maddening things while he claws at his skin. So that's the end of his turn.
Good for him.
And probably for the rest of his life. Gush, it's your turn.
Okay. I suppose I'll just peek around the corner and get a distance away. And I'll just pull out my crossbow and take a shot.
Okay.
At one of the tentacles, probably closest to me,
Okay.
while also being far enough away.
There's
that it
5
can't get me.
tentacles left. Yeah.
And that is a natural 20.
Woo! Wow. Well,
Hell
that's a
yeah.
hit. Roll double damage.
Does it go through one tentacle and into another?
It does
Yeah.
not.
Oh, come on.
Are you sure?
I
I
think
am
it
sure.
would.
I think
That is a 8 plus 2 plus 2 for a 12.
A 12.
Nice.
You sever another tentacle. That tentacle
Yay.
wasn't doing anything in particular at this very moment, but it doesn't exist anymore. So great job. And I'm just trying to read something real quick about what happens when you destroy these tentacles.
the whole
It go-
monster
it-
falls and dies.
Yep,
It goes away.
100%.
It says wee 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 all the way home.
And I'm the hero, and they carry me out of town
Yeah.
on their shoulders.
Yeah.
Sure, we can say that. Gush, you want to do anything else? This thing now has 4
No,
tentacles
I'm
left.
good. I'm good. I don't want to
Good
go
where you
anywhere near
are?
it. So, yep.
Yeah, that's probably pretty smart. Once again, Soot has put herself closest to it. It's like she just wants me to kill her character.
I'm so
I-
far away from it. What are you talking about?
If you say so.
I'm the same
Uh,
distance that Snow is. If Snow can get,
But you're in the air too, aren't you?
yeah, I'm also in air and
Yeah,
very
Pythagorean
dexterous.
theorem.
Yeah, so it's
technically.
easier to see.
No,
I'm
no,
hidden
he
behind a
has no
pillar.
eyes. He has no eyes.
Cultist number 1 has a moment of absolute bravery. He is the bravest man who's ever existed, the bravest cultist, the bravest elf. He remembers his ancestors and everything they stood for, and he will not fall to this thing. He rolls an 8 and misses. He proceeds to swing his scimitar at it and clanks off one of its giant iron teeth. He regrets many of his life decisions and sees many things flashing before his eyes. He could have been a baker. And that is the end of his turn. It is now cultist number 7's turn. He does the same thing. He rolls a natural 19. He actually manages to hit it. And he deals a total of, no matter what, not enough damage. 2 plus whatever it is, it doesn't take it out. So we'll call it just tentacle number 1 that's still left, or tendril number 1. He deals a total of 3 damage to it. So I'm just going to make a little note of that. Boop. That's how many HP that one has left. And that is the end of round 1. At the beginning of round 2, it's Mrs. Haviset's turn. Once again, her eyes flicker and glow, and those stars that she's getting closer and closer and closer on start to look more like planets. And you can tell as she's doing this, her head's kind of twitching a little awkwardly as it gets closer and closer, and it starts like zooming in on certain planets and zooming back and forth. It's almost like it's going through them like a flip book, analyzing them as it goes. Things are moving really fast. And you can tell that she or something within her is looking for something. At that moment, a crossbow bolt rings out directly at the nameless horror's maw. And it rolls a 10 plus not enough 7 for a total of a 17. That is a miss. And
What a loser.
unfortunately, it clanks off the side of its beak. And as it does this, that thing's still chewing on the people that it's been eating. And Soot, you're kind of high up in the air. Now you can see this. In fact, the crossbow bolt kind of brought it to your attention as this thing is like chewing on people, and you can see inside of its mouth as it's like chewing up their like bodies, and like fingers and stuff are coming out. You can see that its beak is actually beginning to change, and it is beginning to look more and more human-esque, like it actually has like molars and normal teeth inside of it. And in the lining of its gum,
Gross.
eyes are beginning to appear as though it can see inside of its mouth as it is masticating these people into pieces. And all of a sudden, from where that crossbow bolt rang out, you all look up and notice standing on top of the hooded statue where initially Snow had been perched, you see a very familiar figure. You see your good fox friend, Sabi, the kitsune, who is now standing on top of the thing, who has just let loose a crossbow bolt, which also missed. And she looks and she says, "What the absolute fuck is that?"